Ace Podcast.
This is the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast, episode 79. On today's show, we'll be talking about games with gold and PlayStation Plus for the month of May. Is 2018 the greatest year in gaming? And Netflix changes its focus. Let's see what that's about. Also, we'll have our games, fan faves, gamer trivia, name the game, and more.
Hey, welcome to, episode 79 of the Super Co-op Squad, but more importantly, the episode after Avengers Infinity War. Like, that has happened, that is now on the timeline. There's pre and post Infinity War that we live in.
We are now in post.
Yeah, we're in post Infinity War now.
Crazy.
What
is that? AIW?
AIW, yeah. That's
just AIW?
Instead of BC and AD.
2018 AAIW.
We're the Super Co-op Squad. We love games, movies, everything pop culture, everything nerdy, with the focus on games. Every week we sit down, we discuss the latest news and games, gaming news, just gaming for the most part.
We talk about games.
Yeah, we talk about it. That's just what we do. Different opinions and such. I'm your host, Johnny Mack. I'm here with my fellow host, Garrett Laney.
Hello.
And Joshua Gerard.
That's me.
Yep. Before we hop into the content for today, as Garrett already went over some of the topics, this is their spoiler alert. Terrible spoiler alert.
This does creep up on
It
everybody.
creeps up,
That's
right?
what I was like.
That's what you were mouthing?
I was mouthing spoiler, but you were like, huh?
I have no idea what you're saying. Okay. In Avengers Infinity War.
No, sir. You got me for that. No, sir.
We're doing an episode on that. Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Supergirl is older than Superman.
That's actually very true. Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you. I was not at all looking around the room onto this table.
Mm-hmm. More of a fun
looking
fact
directly at Supergirl. All right, guys, but for the real spoilers, make sure you check our show notes. There's going to be a link for those in the details and the summary of this episode for a podcast. Wherever you're listening, click the link that's going to be in there on the show note, on the summary. That'll take you directly to our website, scspodcast.com. You'll be able to read the show notes and know what we're discussing and get a little bit more in-depth content, or skip things you don't want to know about. All right, so this month, the month of May,
it's gonna be May.
The games with gold, PlayStation Plus, and Twitch Prime free game for the month of May.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Optimus changed his first name?
So Twitch Prime now gives monthly offerings. So if you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, or if you have that Twitch subscription,
mom is.
Yes, you get free games from them every single month. So we'll be adding that in, and then once Nintendo finally starts having theirs, we'll throw that in for a larger segment.
Would that be just PC?
These are pretty much going to be PC games, but they're still worth mentioning as they are free games.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you don't care, but I'm going to download them. All right, so starting off with games with gold. So we had Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain.
Wait. Back up.
Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain.
Should punch you in the face every time this
priced at $19.99. Super Mega Baseball 2. No prices available, as this game is going to be releasing as part of Games with Gold, so thus it is free from the beginning.
Busting a Rocket League.
Yeah, there will be a price point, I'm sure, at some point, but there's not one as of yet. Sega Vintage Collection Streets of Rage priced at $9.99, and Vanquish priced at $19.99, bringing it to a total value of $49.97.
Kind of low.
A little low, but keep in mind one game doesn't have a price point.
And Phantom Pain really is not.
Okay, but let's
say
say Super Mega Baseball is $20. I mean, it seems like
that brings it to $70.
Yeah, I mean that's
respectable.
I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
It's about the game, not necessarily the dollar.
That's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
So let's kick it off. I think we are all in agreement on which game is the all-star out of this four.
Yeah, Super Mega Baseball.
Yeah. The one we've all been waiting for anxiously.
I didn't know there was a number one. I can't wait to play number two.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, is by far one of the best games, I think, if you like open world action adventure games.
I mean, if you like Metal Gear.
Yeah, if you like Metal Gear, I think that just it's hard to get into a game titled 5 if you think, hey, there's 4 other games before this one. But really, honestly, storyline is so convoluted and rough with Metal Gear that you really don't need to know anything more than you're a super spy.
It's up there with Kingdom Hearts.
It's worse by far.
You think so?
Yeah, I played both series. It's way worse with Metal Gear. But if you're looking for an action adventure game where you do have the ability to kind of play how you want,
the Lalululelo.
I don't. You lost me with that one.
Metal Gear Solid 2 reference.
I vaguely remember that. Vaguely. But yeah, this game is an all-star game. You know, it was one of the highest Metacritic rated games of all time. So it's it's definitely worth a download.
You sure you don't want to play Metal Gear Ground Zeroes first?
I think that was also given away for free.
No, it was.
So they've given you that too.
You can add this game to the franchise of games that I've never played.
Really?
You've
never played the Metal Gear?
Told you guys I didn't own a PlayStation. Just never jumped on that bandwagon.
I mean, I'm not a Metal Gear. I should not be the Metal Gear spokesperson, as I've only played 2 and 4.
I played Revengeance. Does that count?
No.
It says Metal Gear in the title.
It's in the realm.
Doesn't count.
I don't know.
It's not a Metal Gear game.
No self-respecting Metal Gear Solid fan would allow you to tell him you're a Metal Gear fan. You played Revengeance.
No,
they would shun you. They would shun you.
Revengeance is
not about fun. Raiden is despised across Metal Gear.
I disagree. Raiden's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, that's you. It's you. You're not a Metal Gear head. Like you're not a fan of the series.
You're not an MGH.
Metal Gear Solid fans, after what he was with Metal Gear Solid 2, he is despised. I'm telling you this as someone.
He was a huge badass in 4.
He was, but you didn't play as him.
No.
So there you go.
But he was still really cool.
Listeners,
and then you do play as him in Metal Gear Revengeance.
Yes, afterwards, after he's garbage, a whiny baby through Metal Gear Solid 2.
I'm gonna need some emails to back me up, guys.
Yeah, or just look it up. But trust me when I say this. Other games in the list.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's more. I am very excited for the Sega Vintage Collection. Actually, I love Streets of Rage. Really only played 2, but 2 was like what I started. That was like one of my first like games when I got a Genesis. So I'm excited to be able to play 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, but this one you only get the first one.
No, all 3.
Like all 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, so, okay. So this is a trilogy just titled the Vintage Collection from this franchise.
It's the Vintage Collection of Streets of Rage. All 3.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to Vanquish. I've never actually played it, but I know the concept was new and it was interesting. And I know a few people that actually said that, hey, this is a cool game. Go check it out.
Vanquish is a top-notch third-person shooter. If you like, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, this is definitely a game that you should check out. I mean, the storyline's not going to be much, but the gameplay, I think, is what you're really going to like. A little fast-paced, third-person shooter.
Yeah, I definitely fast-paced. I don't know if I would count Mass Effect combat as fast-paced.
It's pretty close to what Vanquish is.
Okay, all right.
2's decently paced.
That's the only one I played.
Especially over the first one. First one's methodically slow.
Yeah, the second, third one are much faster.
I hear a lot of good things about Vanquish. Fast-paced, just... I'm not sure if it's a action shooter or, like, is there hack and slash at all? Not that I know of.
I think there's some melee. I mean,
I know there's a lot of cool, like, movement options. That's what a lot of people like about
robot mech suit.
Yep.
That's cool.
All right, and then the last one on the list, Super Mega Baseball 2.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just we'll skip that.
All right, moving on.
I'll download it because it's free, but
you'll Johnny Mac it.
Yep, but for Xbox fans, there's not very many baseball games out there, so take what you can get.
They scrapped it since 2011?
Something like that, yeah. All right, PS Plus free titles. We have Beyond Two Souls, priced at $29.99.
Not bad.
Rayman Legends, priced at $39.99.
Good.
Risen 3 Titan Lords, priced at $19.99.
Yeah.
Eat Them, which priced at $19.99. King Oddball, priced at $4.99. A lot of colored commentary from Joshua.
Oddball. Get the ball.
Total value comes to $104.95. First thing that comes to my mind is these are just overpriced. Rayman.
Yes. I just wanted to get to that. One, I'm surprised that Rayman Legends is more than Beyond Two Souls, considering that Beyond Two Souls came out after. So if anything's going to be a higher price due to just more being more recent, I would say Beyond. But also, there's a lot more. Like not to put down Rayman Legends, but like I think there's a lot more work and just graphically, and I think a lot more time was put into Beyond Two Souls.
I actually don't think I agree with that. Rayman Legends has a wealth of, probably over 100 levels, dozens of different challenges. They added DLC content for quite some time, like weekly levels you can add.
Fair.
A lot. I mean, it'd be like saying, I don't know, Super Mario 64 had less work put into it than like Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it looks kiddie, it looks cartoony, but that game has a lot of depth into it and a lot of value.
Do you think it should still be $40 5 years later?
Absolutely not.
I mean, this originally came out on the 360 and, that last generation.
As did Beyond Two Souls, though.
True.
So.
True.
But yeah, both of them should be like $20-$30. But yeah, these are great offerings. Rayman Legends is one of the top tier platformers that you can find on a non-Nintendo console.
And a couch co-op.
Yeah, and it's got 4-player co-op, which is an amazing thing. But yeah, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite platformers. They kind of stole the Nintendo bubble from New Super Mario Brothers, but a good game. Beyond Two Souls, another favorite of mine. I've played it. I enjoyed it a lot. If you like Quantic Dreams, if you like Heavy Rain, if you're looking forward to Detroit Become Human, then this might be a game that you want to try beforehand, because it's going to have a lot of the same similarities in that it's heavily focused on player choice affecting the outcome of the story for better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
My co-hosts here have nothing of value to add.
I have nothing nice to say.
So to say nothing at all, that's a good way to be.
There we go.
Risen 3 is an interesting
game. It's gonna be a real easy podcast for me.
Right? If you like sandbox games, if you enjoy Elder Scrolls and Last Remnant and games where you can be
wrong title.
Huh?
Last Remnant's the RPG game on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's like it's open world though. It's pretty open world. This game is segmented as well, where you can't just go roam place to place. There's loading screens in between the islands that you go to.
Okay. I wouldn't put Last Remnant in that category. I would put more like, what's it, Arcadia?
I don't know that one.
It's okay. Well, there you go.
Well, if you like games like that, if you like Divinity, if you enjoy Sacred even a little bit, this is going to be a little bit more like that, but it's an action adventure RPG. It's got a pirate theme to it, so that might be of value to some people who are kind of tired of the fantasy, Middle Earth type setting.
Well, I mean, since it's on Sony, you can't get Sea of Thieves, so
that's true.
This will be its replacement.
Poor man's or
rich man's,
depending on how you look at it, a rich man's.
Not many pirate games, but we are going to get one maybe in the next year.
Yep. Eat Them is another game, $9.99. I'm actually very interested in. So this is a game where you kind of construct a monster, and essentially I won't go into the story of why he's destroying the city. It's stupid, but there's a story to it of why this happens. But essentially you control a giant monster, destroying a city, fighting different things, kicking cars, blowing up trains. And I dig it. It's $10, a little cheapy game. If you like Rampage from back in the day, or Katamari, or Goat Simulator, this is gonna be up your alley. Last one, King Oddball. I don't have words. I looked it up. I don't care. I'm not even gonna waste my time describing it.
There's anybody some diehard King Oddball. Kid Oddball.
You can't even pronounce it.
I'm not one of them.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, pass on that.
Last grouping here. Stretching this is stretching us a little bit here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was concerned about.
I like it. Twitch Prime.
Well, you like it.
There's six games that they have. Psychonauts priced at $10, Gone Home priced at $14.99, Cluster Truck priced at $15, High Hell $9.99, and I Hope priced at $9.99 for a total value of $59.95.
5 games. I read something random.
I knew you were going to say it. That's why I wasn't.
Because I'm the troll. I read something about Cluster Truck not that long ago.
I've seen Cluster Truck. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a puzzle game in a way, but not like, don't think Witness. It's more of like get from point A to point B, and there's going to be trucks in various scenarios. Maybe, there's like trucks going down the valley and you have to jump from truck to get to your destination, but you can also get powers like to slow down time or speed it up or even rewind it. It seems actually pretty fun and quirky.
Interesting. Cool. Psychonauts and Gone Home are both great titles, very different. I know nothing about High Hell or I Hope, and maybe I should have looked it up for the podcast, but Avengers was this week. I had some work with the Game Fanatics. A bunch of stuff was going on. I didn't get to look up these two particular titles, but, check them out, guys. Free games. Anything else you guys want to say other than which grouping won in your eyes?
No, nothing that's already been said.
Yeah.
Which one won in your eyes?
PlayStation takes the cake with Beyond and Rayman. Just two very quality games for two different gameplay experiences. You have your single solo player and your couch co-op.
I disagree. I feel Xbox won this one with Metal Gear and Vanquished, and for me personally, the Streets of Rage.
Well, wouldn't they all be personally?
I suppose, but yeah, fair.
But I do agree. I think Xbox won as well. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a top-notch, top-tier game that I think everyone should have a chance to at least try, which is awesome to get for free. And then Vanquish is again it would be, I suppose, a B B-list game as far as like how well it did, how well it was received.
Yeah.
But it's a fun offering for free. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's our thoughts on this month's offering, the May free games from Xbox, Sony, and Twitch Prime. What games are you interested in? What games have you played? What games do you feel are just shovelware on here? Let us know. Email us, contact@scspodcast.net, or reach out to us on Twitter @SuperCoopSquad. All right, guys, it is time for fan favorites. So every week we pick 5 rapid fire questions, and each host answers to see where we stand opposed and united in our fandoms. So play along and find out just what are your fan favorites. And keep in mind, you can actually do that now. You can go ahead and go to our show notes or on the summary or details of where you're listening to the podcast. Click the link. That's going to be episode 80. We're on episode 80 now.
Damn.
Fan favorites. It'll take you to that poll for next week's fan favorites, and your vote will be polled and discussed on that episode. So do that, guys. All right, Garrett, it was your week, bro.
Yes, it was.
What you got for us?
Right now, my mom's calling me. Hold on.
Oh, mommy. Mommy's calling.
Are you actually going to pick up? You're going to do like Chris Tucker does?
Don't pick up the phone. We're
do
live
like Chris,
on the air.
Chris Tucker does in the outtakes of Rush Hour 2?
It would not be funny. We're live.
Hi, Mom.
You didn't answer.
No, I didn't. But I feel bad hanging up on her.
She'd be like, what are you doing out so late?
There we go. All right,
bro. What do you got?
So it was my week, and let me ask you guys a question.
Sure.
What's cooler than a badass main character?
Another badass main character.
Johnny Mac.
Both wrong. The correct answer is their pet. Which of these pets do you like more? This is Fan Faves, Video Game Pets.
Cats will always lose.
Johnny Mac's never a wrong answer.
Usually
doesn't
is.
mean it's a right answer either.
All right, Joshua, speaking of riddles. All right, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Dog meat from Fallout or Duck Hunt Dog?
Dog meat.
Dog meat.
Dog meat. Next up, Chocobos from Final Fantasy or Bloodwing from Borderlands?
Chocobos.
Chocobo.
Bloodwing. Next, Roach from The Witcher or Agro from Shadow of the Colossus?
Sure, I'm going to say Agro.
Roach.
Agro. Rush or Ipana?
Oh, you asshole. Rush.
Rush.
Ipana.
Yeah, you would.
And last, Pikachu or Shuckle?
This guy.
It's easy. Let's go.
It's Pikachu.
Shuckle.
Pikachu.
He's like, come on, bro. It's easy. Shuckle.
All right, let's break these down.
Go back to the Pokemon top 5 episode. Good times.
All right. Number 1, dog meat or Duck Hunt Dog?
I mean, Duck Hunt Dog, like, he catches your ducks for you that you shoot down, I guess?
And laughs at you when you don't.
Yeah. I don't want a man's best friend to snicker at me when I fail.
I mean, think about what that is. Dogs hunt to eat. And he knows you guys are out there hunting. You missed. He's laughing. You're not going to eat. He's laughing. You're going to die. You can't survive.
Dog's going to die too.
Just shoot him, eat dog.
Yeah, dog meat, grab you whatever you want.
I suppose in that instance, they're both dog meat.
Now, keep in mind, dog meat was also in Fallout 3.
Yes.
I always liked that version because you could get if dog meat died in the game, that was it. Like,
and Fallout 3, right?
3, yeah.
Yes.
In 4, he just gets up after a little bit. In 3, he could perma-die unless you took a specific perk. In that perk, when he died, you could go back to your home base by your old vault, and there would be puppies that dog meat had before she died.
Which is weird because it's a male.
And then you get, well, I don't know if that's ever actually said.
It's not.
And then you get a new dog meat who could die and leave you a new litter of puppies.
Yeah, and in Fallout 4, dog meat can spawn a glitch to give you unlimited items.
Exactly why I picked dog meat.
Wow. Well, you guys
get
are
that
jerks.
special book. Just get the boy, get the boy. No, and then you pick it up right before he grabs it, and then he gives you one, and you grab the one that you just picked up.
And there's still one on the floor.
Yep. Do it again. Rinse and repeat.
Don't patch your game.
All those stats.
All right. Well, dog meat is truly man's best friend, taking 100% of the votes.
Ooh,
he likes Duck Hunt
poor
Dog.
Duck Hunt Dog. Yeah, laugh at him. How do you like it?
Duck Hunt.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure he's male. All right. Next up, we have Chocobos or Bloodwing.
Chocobos. They're awesome. They're cute. They are very, very big in Final Fantasy 15 compared to 16 big
You can
games.
ride them.
Yeah. You can ride a lot of them. You can get the rare, the black Chocobo?
That was cool.
Yeah. They're just cool little I would use that as a pet, or like to have one as a pet. It's like a big furry animal.
Just feathers, though.
It's like a big furry animal.
Johnny, what'd you pick?
I didn't say it was a furry. I said it's like a big furry animal.
It is a big feathery animal.
I said furry, not feathery.
But it's an animal. Like, okay. Chocobos.
All right. Care to elaborate, or pretty much same thing?
They're chocobos, bro.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing else I need to say.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Bloodwing. The hunter was my character when I played the first Borderlands, and watching Bloodwing just fly and just decapitate and kill all these psychos.
I've never understood that.
That he's a badass?
Well, no, like
he's a badass. That's all
one
you need
guy
to know.
has a beastly turret, another guy gets like, extra guns, one girl can like warp time, and then I have a bird.
Kicks ass. The bird kicks ass. Right. And then you have to fight him. And then he dies.
Yep. Glad to see that happen.
Wow. What a jerk.
Chocobos, they are most definitely on the top of the food chain there. 100% of the votes.
Yeah. I kind of, yeah.
Eating them greens, baby.
Okay. Next up, Roach from The Witcher, or Aggro.
Aggro.
Roach.
Yeah.
Just because it's Geralt's horse. Geralt, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, well, The Witcher's horse.
There we go.
And that he names all of his horses Roach.
Right?
It's a terrible name.
Aggro, he's there for you. I mean, he's going on with you on this journey to resurrect your questionably, if it's a love interest, someone you care about. And he's willing to just go up face to face with these giant, colossal creatures to help you out.
Going into battle with you.
I mean, Aggro is ride or die.
Literally.
And both happen.
Well, Roach rode a little bit harder. He took most of the votes, 66.7%, versus Aggro's 33%. He wasn't getting enough aggro.
Aggro.
Boo.
Alrighty. Rush from Mega Man or Epona.
I was just going to pick Rush without hearing the second answer.
I know.
And then you did a dummy thing.
Kind of like that one time I was like, Mega Man or, and you're like, Mega Man. I'm like, or X. Like, damn it.
Yeah. Rush definitely has more suited tools. You can use him as a jump spring. He turns into armor for you.
Didn't know that, actually.
More importantly, in the TV show, he turned into a flying skateboard.
Well, I mean, that was also in the game.
I never played the game, so.
It's in Mega Man 3. Yep, he also turns into a little Rush submarine.
No, I just want him to be a skateboard.
Well, he's not a skateboard. It's Rush Jet. There's no wheels. It's not a skateboard, man.
I'd beg to differ.
A rush board.
Yeah.
He's still a skateboard.
No.
To be a skateboard, you need to have skates.
No, there are flying hoverboards and skateboards in Back to the Future.
They're called hoverboards.
They're not called skateboards.
Well, shut up,
skateboards
guys.
have wheels. Hoverboards don't.
No. Rush won 83% to Epona.
You didn't even let Garrett get his.
Go ahead.
I'd like Epona.
No one else did. She only got 16% of the votes.
Play the song and you rescue her from the ranch.
Up left, right. That sounds so sad.
Epona got turned into horse glue.
You'd be beating that horse till it dies from not eating any carrots.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Last but not least, Pikachu or Shuckle.
I just hate Pikachu. Everything about it.
Ooh. So you will not be picking up the Detective Pikachu game?
Absolutely not.
He's like, if there was a Detective Shuckle.
I might,
Did you appreciate the picture?
I don't even see it, so hold on.
It was great. I saw a sneak peek of it.
Yeah, man, I love Shuckle. The highest defense in the game, baby.
Was that your number one favorite pick, or that was your honorable mention?
I don't know, but Shuckle's a beast.
I believe it was maybe top 2 or something like that. Really? That's higher than any legendary?
You really argued.
Because Shuckle's awesome.
It was such a good episode.
So Pikachu lost that one.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Pikachu won 83.3% to Shuckle's 16.7%, which I take as a personal win.
I can't believe you're 16% of the votes, Johnny.
I didn't vote.
Are you sure? Did you have Eevee? Don't pick Pikachu.
I actually had no clue what this was until we sat down today.
I'm pretty sure no one in the world other than you or you coercing someone else.
Well, 16% of the voters did.
Someone just didn't know what. Yeah, it's probably someone just didn't know Pikachu was.
Nope. Nice try. You can't shame Shuckle. He got votes.
Don't fuckle with the Shuckle.
He got love.
He got vote. Not votes.
He got votes. I'm looking at the percentages. He can only get that number based upon several votes.
I don't know.
Well, you don't need to know. I know. So good job, Shuckle.
And that's video game pets.
Take that as a win for Shuckle. You lost. Because you didn't get 100% Pikachu, and you should have, you lost in my book. Piece of crap rat. All right.
Jeez.
I don't like him.
Clearly.
He just gets too much hype for what he does.
Sorry, he's the face of Pokemon.
I'm sorry too, Garrett. All right, guys. Well, that's fan favorites. Hopefully you enjoyed, and give us some tips, some ideas for next week's fan favorites. We'd love to hear from you. All right, 2018 is this perhaps the greatest year of gaming in the modern gaming era? So we've had a lot of good years, but I'd venture to say that there haven't been any as good as the first 5 months of 2018. We've seen God of War, Sea of Thieves, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Monster Hunter World, Ni no Kuni 2, A Way Out, Celeste, Far Cry 5, and the Detroit Become Human is on the horizon. And this is all before we even hit E3 time in June. So what do you guys think? Is this shaping up so far to be a good year? Maybe the best year in recent memory?
It is, and not even for anything that you mentioned.
Okay.
Only 2 things need to happen to make this the greatest video game year ever.
Okay.
Smash Brothers needs to come out on Switch, and Kingdom Hearts 3 needs to come out.
Well,
if those 2 happen, if it we have, speculation, we have dates, but until those copies are on the shelf, and sometimes even after that, when I physically see a copy, then those will officially be out, and this will be the greatest year in gaming ever.
I wouldn't say it will be the greatest year. It'll probably come very, very, very close. But definitely in the modern era since the Xbox One launched.
Well, I mean, since PS2 and forward. Is there a year that you can think of in general that might be better? Some game release or a few games?
Yeah, I mean, I can only talk about, Zelda and Banjo coming out in the same year, not including, GoldenEye, maybe a couple other games, I think.
GoldenEye, Banjo, and Zelda all came out in the same year?
I think so.
It is kind of hard to remember what games came out in what year.
I can't think of any year where the first 5 months had heavy hitters in this large of a.
If you're talking the first half of the year, no, because nothing came out in winter, springtime.
Yeah, that's my point. So we already 5 months in, and we've already had potentially 2, maybe 3 games that are potential game of the year nominees.
True, but if it does slow down and nothing really comes out, towards the end, then it's the same, just flipped.
Perhaps, but I mean that's never going to happen.
That most likely will not happen.
We know it will never happen. We know that we're going to get Smash. That's going to happen. We know
it's been pushed back before.
We know we're going to get Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's also been pushed back many times.
One time
we could get a new
Rockstar is what I mean. Rockstar pushing back games.
Yeah, we'll see. But
those
are coming.
Set in stone.
Yeah, new Call of Duty game. Boom.
Detroit Become Human. Borderlands 3 is supposed to be coming out this year. There's Crackdown 3 is supposed to be coming out this year. Spider-Man. That's a lot of games, and there's still more to come.
Could get Halo,
but a lot of those have been from companies, and previous installments of those franchises have been pushed back. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying you don't count your before they hatch.
Yes, we can say that they may not come out this year, but if they do, this would shape out to be a year where we're getting bigger, better AAA titles
more frequently.
Yeah, than we've ever had before.
We could get Virtual Console on Nintendo Switch.
And I don't know if any 2 or 3 games in one year could rival maybe a dozen excellent games like these in one. Even if Banjo, GoldenEye, and Zelda did come out on the 64 all in one year, which I don't know of for sure, but if they did, I don't think that still rivals this.
The only year that can rival this, it's in the future, is if in the year 20XX, Half-Life 3 and StarCraft Ghosts come out.
Well, but you don't care about either of those
I
franchises.
don't, but those are those fabled kind of forbidden apples, or that'll never happen.
Yeah, it's unfair to say though, because even if that did happen, you still wouldn't classify it as the best year of gaming.
Not for me.
Yeah, I mean, Duke Nukem Forever happened, 2 Human finally happened, and any other game that took Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Where are you going with this?
It's just games that you didn't think would ever come out, and they come out.
All right.
Got me.
So do things get better from here? Not in this year, but just in general with gaming in 2019 and 2020. Are we going to continue to see this trend where just more games come out all year long? Or is this just, a one-off in the books?
as far as the if you want to call it a trend, I do think we'll get more first party games and definitely a lot more indie stuff, and probably, even some good second or third parties in the beginning of the year, because you're looking at this, and last year was pretty okay because you had Zelda come out in March with the Switch, and then you had a couple, how you had Horizon in January. So they're like, okay, we got a couple big titles sold really well with no competition. And then you have this year where it's like, you know what? We're just going to throw these games out all year long, and it's working. So I think people will pick up on that and know that games will continue to get better. I think as, evolution of video games and technology evolve and how developers are putting more money into games, I think we're still have yet to see the best to come in a lot of these up and coming franchises and developers.
I'm a little bit on the other side, I suppose. I think this is kind of one of those rare instances. I don't think
developer.
If you keep having high, oh yeah, man,
that's the first time we've done that.
Good one.
Sorry, it just came up in my mind.
But got my point. It's coming back.
My bad.
If we keep having these great games come out, year after year, month after month, or whatever, it's going to become a point where it's stagnant, and then it can't proceed from there. At least it'll be very hard for it to.
Well, what would stagnate? What do you mean?
Well, just us getting used to this kind of level of hype. Like, where a game that people are looking forward to comes out, hype is up here. I'm directing my hand at a high level for you listeners. And then as that hype kind of tends to die down because time moves on, another game comes out, kind of pops it back up. We can only be at that level for so long and keep that hype for so long until we just kind of either get A, bored of playing games, or B, something else happens. Something else comes up, some sort of other entertainment or...
So you think by having games come out throughout the year, it'll decrease the excitement that we have for games overall?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I mean, just like you said, there's always going to be something new. And it doesn't matter that there was something last month and then something new this month. Just the fact that it's new is what makes you excited.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that there has to be a low for there to be a high.
That'll be the time when 3 months go by and no good games come out.
Yeah, I think the low, there's no time frame for it. So you can have multiple highs and lows in gaming across the board. So I can get hyped in the week or two before God of War, and then that hits the top boiling point once the game's about to release, and then it drops. But meanwhile, even though I'm hyped up for this, my hype for Detroit Become Human just 1 month later is very low, and as God of War dips, Detroit Become Human rises. So that's the ebb and flow right there. You don't have to have oh man, I'm excited, I had nothing to play, oh this is awesome, okay, now I have to have 2 months of nothing. It's just one doesn't affect the other. Like, personally, like, let's say with Avengers, we were super hyped for that. If Deadpool 2 would have come out a week later, it wouldn't have made me not look forward to Deadpool 2 any less. It would have just been two different hypes going at the same time. Okay. I think, personally. But I do think, for different reasons, that this is not sustainable, just because there's not enough. It's not easy to make great games and make it hit at the right time. But that's a part of it too. It's not just having a great game, it's putting it out at the right time and making it so it catches fire somewhere, which makes it spread.
That's a very good point.
And it just won't happen every year like this, where you got games that just hit at the right times.
Yeah, which I think in a previous episode we discussed that them releasing these kind of AAA games at the beginning of the year, early on in the year is probably a good move, rather than waiting for November when all the other heavy hitters come out. It's nice to have that throughout the year.
Yeah. And I like that trend. I think they should continue it, but will it always work? No, they're going to get some duds in there. It'll happen. But I still want them to try. So, all right, guys, that's our take on 2018, and if it's shaping up to be potentially the greatest year of gaming, and I think mostly we feel that it is or could be. And we'll see what the back half of the year has to offer. All right, it's time for gamer trivia. Every week, two of us go head to head. This week it's me and Garrett and I, Gare Bear and J-Mac, and a best of 3 trivia contest. The winner stays and plays again. Loser makes next week's trivia. So play along and see just how much gamer knowledge you have in gamer trivia. All right, Garrett is the champ. He took Joshua down. He's got a 1-0 streak going. Joshua, what do you got for us?
Them crappy Simpsons, man. I don't think I've seen a single full episode of The Simpsons.
That just can't be true.
Yeah, I can. I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid and just never cared for it as an adult.
All right.
So per Johnny's request, out of all the 10 titles I listed last week.
Requests now?
Why are you shouting?
I'm exasperating very loudly. I'm sorry. Let me put the mic a little bit away from my mouth. So out of all the 10 or 15 titles I said by looking around the room,
Rick and Morty. All right.
Why are you picking Rick and Morty out of like all the 15 things I said?
Per Johnny's request.
Rick and Morty would have been great.
Okay. Then let's do Rick and Morty trivia.
Called it.
Wow.
I can't do the voice like you do, Garrett.
That's all right, Joshua.
You've done better.
I went too much on that. I went too much in on that.
You can do better.
Ready? Y'all got your buzzers?
Yes.
All right. Question number 1. The intro to Rick and Morty is a parody of Doctor Who and which other science fiction show? Is it A, Battlestar Galactica, B, Farscape, C, X-Files, or D, Star Trek?
Answers again?
A, Battlestar Galactica, B, Farscape, C, X-Files, D, Star Trek. I have Johnny Mac's answer. I have Garrett Laney's answer.
Do you know, Johnny?
I don't know.
Okay. Same boat.
Yep. So, 2 different answers. Johnny, you said it was C, the X-Files, which I think we all know what X-Files is. Garrett, you said B, Farscape. Do you know what Farscape is?
Nope.
Yeah, see, I knew all of them except Farscape. So I'm like, maybe it's that one, but I don't know that one at all.
I'm kind of leaning towards Star Trek.
Farscape is the correct answer.
Holy crap.
Wow.
That's the correct answer for Garrett Laney.
Good job, Garrett. Pure luck.
Yep.
Now, it's an older show. It came out in like the 2000s. I actually watched it growing up. It's a pretty cool science fiction show.
That's what you're watching instead of Simpsons?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
All right. 1-0 Garrett.
All right. Question number 2, which I would assume you both know the answer to.
Why give us the question then?
Because I wanted to see if you know it. What is the home universe in which Rick and Morty reside in? Is it A, C-137? Is it B, C-127? Is it C, C-113? Or is it D, C-69?
Been a while.
None of those sound correct, but just read them off again.
Okay. Well, they're all in Universe C. So A-137, B-127, C-113, D-69. I have both your answers. If you don't believe me, look it up. Both of you have picked A. They're in Universe C-137. The correct answer is A, C-137.
Yep.
You say yep like you knew it.
Well, I did, but I was just sad it was an easy question because it didn't give me opportunity to catch up.
Well, if Garrett got it wrong, it would have. So 2 correct answers.
Thanks, Joshua. That's literally less than obvious. That's more than obvious.
No problem. You know, you love it when I say stuff like that. Did you guys get your bells?
I don't. Yes.
Okay. Fun fact, when the characters are confused or dumbfounded in this show, their lips drool down from their faces. This is an homage to the Ren and Stimpy show, where Ren does that quite frequently in that show.
Huh.
Yeah.
I knew that, but let's go.
Okay. Moving on. Question number 3. In the episode Me Seeks and Destroy, Rick and Morty find a Mr. Jellybean inside a tavern built on the side of the giant's stairs. What is the name of the tavern? Garrett's looking a little dumbfounded with his mouth hanging out too. Is it A, the Thirsty Stairs, B, the Thirsty Elevator, C, the Thirsty Step, or D, the Thirsty Staircase? What's the name of that tavern on the giant's stairs? I have Garrett's answer.
Got it, yep.
Cool, got your answer. So both of you have picked C, the Thirsty Step, and the correct answer is C. So, ding ding for both of you.
Yeah, thirsty step wouldn't have made, or sorry, thirsty stairs just doesn't make sense.
It's just too repetitive, right?
Well, it's just because it's a plural. So let's go to the thirsty stairs. I don't know, it just doesn't make as much sense.
All right. Well, the score is 3-2 in Garrett's favor.
Well, that sucks.
Why? The game's not over yet.
It's just not fun going into the salty sudden down is all.
Well, it's not fun, being the one at the top, and you're only up by a point, so...
Yeah.
It's actually it's a better position.
It's better, but still not the best.
It's not much better. So, place your bets, gentlemen. You will get that... Well, yeah? No?
I'm waiting for you to go ahead and screw it up.
All right. I already screwed it up.
I see.
So, you get the answer correct, you'll gain as many points as you bet. Why are you looking... What happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
Carry on.
Okay. You messed up my choo-choo train of thought. You get the answer wrong, you lose that many points that you bet, and if you get the bonus question right, you gain 2 points.
Sure. Let's go.
I have Johnny's bet and Garrett's confused face still.
You should have my bet. You should have my bet a long time ago.
Okay, now I have Garrett's bet.
Oh, he forgot to look.
No, I did look. This is all sorts of crazy. All right. Bonus question is, what is the name of Rick and Morty's favorite TV show? Johnny was so confident. Please give me Rick and Morty. Please give me Rick and Morty. Please, can we do Rick and Morty? What is the name of Rick and Morty's favorite TV show?
I hope you're such a stickler. Like, I know close to what it is, and I know you're not gonna give me credit.
We'll see. A hush falls over the crowd as Joshua stumps his competitors. I have Johnny's answers.
I don't remember.
It's okay. Once I give you the answer, it'll all come back. It's not My Little Pony. I have Garrett's answer. So, Johnny, you said Two Angry Brothers.
Yes.
Garrett, you said Hamster Butt. Which you're kind of in the right direction, but that is incorrect. The correct answer was Ball Fondlers. Does that ring a bell?
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
Not really for me, no.
It's not in there very much. So, to the points. Garrett, you had 3 points. You bet 1 point. Put you down to 2.
That sucks.
Johnny had 2 points. He had to bet his 2 points.
I didn't have to.
He bet his 2 points.
To.
It brings you down to 0. Which means Garrett goes for a double-double. He goes back-to-back. Yeah. Champion of this week's Rick and Morty trivia. You gotta be more thrilled than that, man.
I didn't do as well as I thought.
You got 3 in a row and then just didn't get ball fondlers. Your mind was not in the gutter.
I didn't fondle the balls.
Not today. Don't tell me if you ever do. I don't need to know that.
Yep. All right. Cool. Well, Garrett, congrats on your W.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, Netflix is changing its focus and trends in entertainment and streaming. So the top streaming subscription service will, based on what analysts report, have approximately 30% of their new original programming be centered on science fiction and some fantasy. Comedy genres were at one point, before this last quarter of 2018, their highest rated and watched genre. And since that time, science fiction has taken over. This comes after the wave of strong sci-fi shows such as Stranger Things, Black Mirror, Lost in Space, Voltron Legendary Defenders, Altered Carbon, 3%, and films such as Bright and the Cloverfield Paradox. So thoughts on this trend? Where is this going? How do you guys feel about this?
It's a fad. I mean, it'll come and go. I mean, everybody likes a good laugh, but as we get more movies that are based on different types of storylines, I think people kind of grow and attach to that. It's like, oh, Stranger Things, it's the new thing. I gotta watch Stranger Things, I mean, would you consider Black Mirror to be part of that category?
Yes.
As a total? I mean, you put it in here, but as a whole, because doesn't it branch on different realms and it's not just strictly sci-fi?
No, it's purely science fiction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do agree though that this is definitely a trend. It will ebb and flow. There will be times where fantasy or comedy or whatever will be bigger for them. It's just, it depends on what hits they have. When Orange is the New Black and House of Cards were big, they focus on dramas, and now they're and then for a time they focus on westerns, and it just ebbs and flows. I mean, think about all the stand-up comedies they keep having as Netflix originals. It's just they focus on some things when they hit, and that's just part of it. Matter of fact, that was part of primetime television. That's just how it goes.
They should have never gave Dave Chappelle money.
And they did. So
you ran away with it.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up. So it's pretty apparent though. One thing, science fiction, fantasy, they're no longer niches. They're mainstream. That's just the truth. They're mainstream genres. Are there any genres that are niche? Are there any niches in any media? But let's just stick to movies in this situation or television. Anything with the silver or the big screen. Are there any niches, or is it all just some sort of mix of pop culture, consumer industries, being propelled forward based upon what's hot right now?
I agree with that second statement, Johnny. I think it's just kind of the, don't want to use big, fancy, scary business word, corporation. Just looking at what's hot. Superheroes are the big thing right now, so a little more fantasy, is going on rather than their kind of more serious dramas and comedy.
Yeah, but that's still there still can be niches or not. Are there any niches in entertainment anymore? Or is this everything mainstream?
What I can think of, no, I can't think of any niche unless it's like super like, way in there, different culture kind of thing.
I was going to say things that were big and now are super old are probably niche. Like if you do Westerns, you don't see Westerns anymore. So Westerns could possibly be a niche.
I mean, go ahead and finish your thought.
I was going to say, anime's kind of a niche. It's a little bit different because, Netflix had said that they're going to be bringing out a lot of stuff that's from Japan. It's not necessarily westernized. And I think that'll be some type of niche on its own. I'm curious to see if that actually becomes the new mainstream of Netflix next year, since they have so many big, supposedly they're going to have a big, block party for that. But
I disagree with that. I think anime is mainstream and they've already said they're making it a focus. It's been on the big screen. It's getting more and more shows. People are more interested in it. I had a boss at work that I've never talked to, and he's on break. He's streaming the Dragon Ball Super finale on his phone. I'm like, dude, you're watching Dragon Ball? You're my boss.
Yeah, I agree.
You're not a person.
he's on break. He's on break. Leave him alone.
You can't enjoy things that I enjoy. I don't like you. I don't know if you don't like him or not. Just in case he ever listens to this, Garrett did not say, I don't know who you are. So
he's a cool guy. I mean, he watched Dragon Ball Super.
That's not what you said before the show. No. Just kidding. Yeah, I agree with Garrett on this one. I think for sure anime is mainstream. There's no, it's not. With Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, they don't pick up niches and buy companies like Funimation for niches. They buy them because they're big.
I mean, hell, James Cameron's making an anime movie.
Right? So, I mean, yeah, they're huge things. Yeah, and then to bring it back to your thing about Westerns, I guess that's a little bit less of a niche, but I wouldn't call it not less of a niche.
Less of mainstream?
It's less mainstream, but I would not call it a niche. Westerns come out, people will watch them. There's just less of them because they've been done a lot, but it's not like it's something where it would come out and people wouldn't watch it because they wouldn't understand it. Whereas like, at one point in time, like, I don't know, Farscape. I don't know what Farscape is, like, or Battlestar Galactica. I know what that is, but if you ask the average person about that show, because it was before the time period where sci-fi was big, it wasn't a niche category, kind of separate from what normal people watch. Or like, Big Bang Theory right now was definitely mainstream. Oh, yeah. But before that, like shows with nerds and stuff, people weren't watching that stuff. So yeah, I definitely think niches are gone. But is this a good thing or a bad thing? Do we want niches in our entertainment, or is everything supposed to be mainstream?
I think we've touched up on this slightly in the previous episode, where my thoughts are it is nice having niches. It's nice having that small kind of group that it's more intimate, and you have a group of a few people that follow this thing and they're diehard fans, and if that atmosphere changes, it's not necessarily a bad change, but the atmosphere changes when it becomes mainstream and everybody's talking about it and everybody likes it. It's not the same feeling. It could still be a good one, but it's not the same.
I don't think it's, for me anyway, it's not that it's different because a lot of people like it from the standpoint of the thing and the feeling I get from it. I feel that it could change the route that entertainment, that franchise takes. If it's a huge giant conglomerate, well, this writer or author may not have the ability to murder a character or change them or do something drastic.
We sell too much merch on that character.
Yeah, exactly. Like he can't die, or he can't murder somebody, or he can't go evil or whatever it might be. Yeah. The story has to continue for another 300 issues. You can't finish the series in 20 episodes. Those kind of things I feel might affect a franchise if it's mainstream in pop culture and too ingrained in pop culture. And I don't like that aspect.
I agree.
The other aspect that actually bothers me, and you guys know it's tough for me to get over this, is I don't dislike people enjoying what I enjoy. I dislike if people casually enjoy it and call themselves fans. And it's wrong of me. I know it's wrong of me, but it bothers the crap out of me. For instance, people at work like have a Harley Quinn mug or something, and I'm like,
do you know her first name?
Like,
it's Harley.
Just throw. It's not. Yeah,
I know.
That's a joke, though.
Just throw the mug away. Like, what are you doing? And that's unfair. Like, she should be able, or he should be able to just enjoy this thing without having to like know everything about the character. But it does bother me that people aren't really strong in this niche that's not a niche, and they're in it, but they're not in it,
I do see what you're saying. But yeah, they should be able to. You're not telling them don't, but it's. I always kind of see it as a good thing when even if a person's not really into a hobby or a franchise, it's nice seeing that franchise get supported. It's nice seeing that character people liking, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So in summation, I do think it's a good thing that we don't have niches and things are more popular overall for the most part. But those two things do bother me, that it might affect the route they take. And then it frustrates me when someone goes, "Oh, I love Batman." Or like at a previous job, someone said, "Oh, I love Star Trek." And I'm like, "Oh, did you like Next Generation or, the original Star Trek?" No, I was watching movies.
I like the movie.
Well, then you're not a fucking Star Trek fan, because any Trekkie worth their salt watched one of the shows. You know what I mean? Like,
I love Chris Pine.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, he's such a great Captain Kirk. Like, someone might strangle you,
I mean, he was a good Captain
Kirk. Like, what about Shatner? Who? The guy in the Priceline commercial.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. I'm just like, I want to shoot you. Like, you're not a real fan, but that's unfair of me. I know that. I can't get over it.
I mean, that is better than them going like, oh, so which show did you like? Or Star Trek? Oh, that guy with the lightsaber. I think his name was Wani Bo or something.
Yeah, I mean, but to not even like watch, I don't know. I just, that bothers me.
I see what you're saying.
I get that there. I think one thing that happens when things really go mainstream is you don't get, well, let me rephrase it. They don't re-release all the core content that would make it a fully niche thing beforehand. So, for example, you gave the example of, Harley Quinn, or you gave the example, right now with, Batman or anything else. All people see is what they see now. They haven't read the comics. They don't, like, do they even say Harley's real name in Suicide Squad? Like,
nope.
Yeah, so like something like that, you're not going to get the true lore and backstory of these characters and these franchises. So
maybe like one time in the flashback.
It's unfair to get on someone because they don't know that they're like, maybe someone that lives in this generation didn't know that there was 6 or 7 series of Star Treks, 10, 20, 30 years ago. So, I mean, I think there's that portion of it.
I see what you're saying, and I do kind of agree with that. I think that's why there's reboots, and that's why there's, remasters. We've talked about it in video games when they, bring a HD collection or whatever to the next console. When you reintroduce something, a franchise at all, it invites other people in. It's a good start off point. So you can't be upset that people weren't there at the beginning. Maybe they weren't born at the time. Maybe they just weren't straight interested in that kind of, they haven't matured into the person that they are now. And it's not fair to say, nope, you didn't like it 20 years ago, you can't like it now.
That's definitely true. And that's what I struggle with. And you're absolutely right. For instance, I liked My Hero Academia quite a bit, and you're now onto it. But before it was a TV show, it was a manga. And they have quite a bit of that manga already completed. So if you wanted to just read it, you could. So who am I to, and I know do it, but who am I to judge Garrett because he came into it late? Now I judge him because he ripped on it, but bear with me here. Who am I to judge him for hopping on late when someone who read the manga before it became a show could do the same thing to me?
Never do that. Only villains do that.
Read books before the shows come out?
Just judging. Oh, okay. It's a meme. It's My Hero Academia meme.
It's fine.
Where it's like, never do this. Only villains do this. Always go for this.
I don't get it, but I got it now.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that is our take on Netflix and kind of the trends changing with streaming and niches in our media. Let us know your thoughts, guys. Email us, contact@scspodcast.net, or reach us on Twitter @SuperCoopSquad.
Plus Ultra.
You gotta say it with feeling next time.
Yeah, but I mean, Grayson could be sleeping.
Plus Ultra.
Oh no, I watched the dub. Plus Ultra.
God. All right, guys, it's time for the speed run. So every week we break down 10 news stories and fun facts that didn't quite make it for a full segment. We've got 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one, finished or not. Gotta go fast.
Andale,
In the speed run.
They don't show him anymore.
Yeah, he's a done character. He's dead.
That sucks.
Yeah. Super Smash Bros. On Switch will be playable at this year's E3. Yay!
Yay!
Who's going to E3 this year?
I'm going to E3 this year.
I might not be.
Bastard.
I'm sorry.
How did that happen? We'll discuss this off.
Yeah, off air.
Yeah.
Where are our tickets?
We'll discuss this off air. Smash Brothers on the Switch.
I am really excited for this. It is going to be just phenomenal. This game is going to take up hours and hours.
Just be Smash Brothers Wii U on a Switch. No new characters, no new stages.
They've already announced Splatoon.
But do you mean not available to play?
Yeah, it's not going to be there. They're just going to play,
totally wouldn't
like
do
the
that.
last E3.
But what Johnny is going to have to do is play times 4 minutes against 4 other people.
If I get to win shirts that I can then sell on eBay for massive amounts of money, I am fine with that.
You think of the group first.
I'll make sure I get you guys a shirt each that you can purchase off me for $19.99.
There we go. That's the Johnny I know.
Asshole.
That's really cool, though. Next! Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third title in the rebooted line of the franchise, released its teaser trailer, and it's much darker in tone than ever before.
This was a good trailer.
It looks awesome.
There was no in-game, it was just the whole CG trailer, but ooh.
I'm really excited. We're kind of building up to the Trinity and everything going on with that, and we're kind of seeing a change, a shift of Lara Croft. She's gone from just a kind of survivor into this new thing in the first game. Then in the second game, she's kind of getting a little more I guess, comfortable in her new, I guess, role of heroine.
That's right.
Yeah,
Not the drug,
I know.
but yes.
I know,
Take it
yeah.
with a minute. Let's go.
Say that. Do you have something to say?
Well, finish what your thought is.
And now we're seeing her kind of turn more into not exactly a killing machine, but like she's got to get stuff done.
Crazy.
And if anyone's in the way, they're not going to be in the way.
See, I like that a lot because, in the first game, she was surviving, attempting to flee, having to do what she had to do. And in this game, she was hunting and stalking people.
She was like the Predator.
Yeah, and they showed at the end, like, her realizing that she's this blood-shedding monster. And it's not always in light of trying to get...
Next!
Nintendo promises to support its 3DS lineup through 2019 and potentially beyond. I mean, support it meaning, one game a month? Yeah, sure.
This is really weird to me. I did not think before purchasing a Switch I'd be having this feeling of, I don't care about the 3DS anymore.
I don't want to go back.
Just like they talked about, we're bringing up Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS. I'm like, cool, yes. I wish it was on the Switch.
I think this is more for people that don't want or can't afford a Switch or haven't gotten one yet, so they still have something in their 3DS. Because we know they ain't buying games for the Wii U.
No one's buying games for the Wii U,
right? So I think this is good. It's just, what are they going to put out besides like remakes, remasters, and ports and? Are they going to have any new games for the 3DS?
I'm sure they're still going to have new games for it. It's just it's weird for Nintendo to go in this direction that you have a handheld / in-home system and you still want to support your other handheld that sold a lot. Next.
Fortnite is being regarded as the biggest free-to-play console game of all time.
Here you go, Garrett.
Its monthly sales in April surpassed $220 million across all platforms. This is a free-to-play game.
So I not to take the spotlight off of Fortnite real quick, but last weekend Xbox had one of those free play weekends of PUBG, and I told my friends, I'll try it out finally. Didn't like it, didn't care for it. I don't know if it's the genre of the game or maybe just the aesthetic. I love watching people play Fortnite on Twitch. I haven't actually played it yet, but I do enjoy watching people play Fortnite. I hate looking at PUBG. So I might hop into this. I've seen Chandler on it. He's playing Fortnite. Maybe I'll join his crew and drag everybody down with me.
I think we all forgot that this whole game got publicity because of this potential lawsuit of a copyright. And look where it's at now.
Yeah,
this is all PUBG's fault.
Thanks, PUBG.
You're to blame for their success.
And it's not even like the actual game mode. Like if you first remember like an E3 showing of this game, it was a completely different game. It was more about building a fortress and defending from zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's next. In other Fortnite news, its developer Epic Games continues to pursue legal action against a 14-year-old who was accused of cheating in the game. The child's mother has attempted to request the case be dismissed, and Epic has yet to cease its lawsuit.
Oh man, I can't believe I forgot this was a thing. This was a thing like a few months ago.
Man.
I'm on the fence about this. Like what did the kid actually do? Do we know?
He cheated. That's it. He played and cheated the game. He didn't get any money out of it. He he wasn't playing fairly.
So
Just
what
ban
did
him.
he get somewhere, like, did he get under the map and start shooting people?
It
or
doesn't
something like
matter.
that?
Like, just ban him.
Yeah,
Leave him alone.
I don't think it has to go to this.
Is it
this
worth
level.
all this money and time and nonsense?
Well,
Publicity.
what Epic Games wants to do, negative publicity, or there's no such thing as. But what I think Epic Games is trying to do is make an example,
Out of a 14-year-old, 15-year-old kid?
making an
Yeah,
example
stop trolling.
that it doesn't matter what your age is.
This is not worth it. Just ban people.
I agree 100%. But that's what I feel they're doing in this. I don't know what they're really going to accomplish out of this. Other than people just going, wow, like, wow, really, Epic Games? It's a kid.
They should just change their name to Epic Bullies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, weird. Next.
More than 6 months after the end of Rick and Morty Season 3, and negotiations for the Season 4 contract have yet to be ironed out.
That's bad.
That's worrisome.
A little bit, yeah.
What's going? This is clear. Like, I can't imagine, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Time Warner, going, no, guys, we don't want this. I'm sure the creators of the show probably want a bigger cut, maybe, or more money. But this is a very popular show. They should probably get it. But I'm sure the big corporation is like, no, it's okay. You don't need it to be. You don't need that much.
Yeah. I was reading some stuff when I was looking up trivia for this. I saw that the creators of the show would finish the season and then announce the season before they released it. So maybe they're just working on it, and then once they're done, then they'll make an announcement.
I don't think so. I honestly don't.
I think that's a dumb way to do it.
They could be trolling us, and I mean,
They did for April Fools.
they did. Yeah, they released episode 1 of season 3 without telling anybody. But yeah, I can't see that being the issue.
Next.
Belgium now joins the short list of countries that are beginning to declare loot boxes illegal.
This is interesting. It's hard to see what's going to happen if other countries join in on this. Like, for right now, is it okay for Blizzard or EA to have loot boxes in their game in America, but they have to patch them out in Belgium, in Germany?
Yep. Or they just don't sell the game there.
Yeah, I imagine that would probably not be their choice, because then they get no monies.
Yep. No monies.
They get no money.
No. I mean, we saw this. Well, we talked about it a few months ago. It's bound to happen. If some country or state thinks it's a big deal, they'll rule it out.
I mean, what do companies do from now on? Do they just keep them out? They take them out and we never see them again?
No more loot boxes. No more loot boxes.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an easy answer for this on either side, because I mean, pretty much all you have to do to play the game, if it's banned in your country, is just join a server from another country using like a VPN or some other way to make it so that you're not being paying, like playing in Belgium. Like, that's not undoable.
Well, I don't agree with it. Next. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito,
No, you said it right.
Danny
first time.
Vegito, has been leaked and will appear as a playable character in Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Well, it hasn't been leaked. They actually officially announced it.
No, they did not. It
Yesterday.
was for sure leaked.
Well, it was rumored,
Did
and
they
then they just
announce
dropped
it after it was leaked?
Yes,
Because
they did.
that's usually how it goes.
There was a trailer that dropped yesterday.
That trailer was leaked on accident. It was not supposed to be put out, and then they rescinded. You can't find that trailer online anymore. You cannot find it
It's on
IGN.
Max's channel. That's where I saw it.
So Super Saiyan Blue Vegito.
It looks real cool.
This is them. Did they use the fusion dance or is this
Yeah.
the earrings?
Yes, the Patori earrings.
Okay. Well, this is the earring because you said yes to both just
He
now.
did say yes,
Yes.
to both.
So, okay. All right. They have fused.
Yeah, it looks like a really cool character. They do a lot of the stuff that they do in the Trunks saga, because that's where I actually see him. So I'm interested to see what the full trailer is going to look like in full gameplay.
So that makes them very powerful then.
The
Use
Trunks
DLC.
saga? What saga is that?
Yeah,
Oh,
Dragon Ball
come on.
Super, like the season you didn't watch.
Oh, Super.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you meant. Dragon Ball.
You thought you were talking about the Android saga.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, not that one.
Next.
Microsoft has announced that Discord, the free voice and text service, will be available to use with Xbox Live soon.
I had no idea about this.
My brother's gonna be all over this. Well, he doesn't have an Xbox anymore. All he does is chat on Discord all the time. Like, he's always on Discord. Discord.
Discord's good. I use it for several things. It's one of the best ways to chat and talk with people.
I too use the Discord to a much
don't.
less extent,
I don't.
but for the same thing that Johnny does, for one of his things that Johnny does.
Yep.
So is this something that's going to be just for video chat? I mean, do you really want to do text chat on Xbox Live?
You can video chat, you can audio chat, you can text chat, you can send documents, you can send pictures. Yeah.
You think this will be integrated with the share feature on Xbox?
That'd be kind of cool, actually. I'd like to share Johnny all the cool kills I get in Overwatch.
I don't look at them on
play the
Xbox
games.
Live now.
Share all the cool games that I be beasting in.
Next.
A quick peek into our Avengers Infinity War review. Go check it out if you haven't done it yet. So, in 5 words, describe the movie. Go.
Okay. We have a minute to do this.
Nope.
You're done.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
5 words, bro.
Damn, I used
Pick
mine.
your words carefully. Go.
Awesome.
You need to be much faster.
We only
here.
got a minute.
I'm not the only one. Y'all can jump in too.
Yeah, just get your words out of the... I'll go first and burn words you can't use. Consequential, epic, groundbreaking, revolutionary, enjoyable.
Mind, space, time, soul, power.
Nope, you're done.
Really, really
Awesome movie.
I guess those are his words.
I mean, one of those could have been the stone. The stone I couldn't say.
Help Garrett out.
I mean,
Nope.
he said reality would have been the one.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Well, yeah, check out our review of Avengers Infinity War.
And that's the way the news goes.
All right, well, that's speed run.
Ended kind of weird, but okay.
All right, it's name the game time. 3 games, 2 hosts, and clues that lead to the correct answers. Use your wits, match the clues, name the game.
Oh, we're bringing wits back. Okay.
I felt like doing it today.
Game number 1. A fast and frantic indie game.
Binding of Isaac.
No.
Pass.
Boost from stage to stage, defeating enemies coming at you.
Transistor.
No.
Resogun. No, I'm sorry. Crap.
No. I like where you're going. Find power-ups to increase your strength or change your weapons to give you a different edge against the alien swarm.
I forgot what it was called. Next Machina?
Next Machina.
That's what I meant to say.
I figured you were just going to cut him off as he was like, you
I
couldn't
couldn't
remember.
think of the title, yeah.
If he had said it twice, he wouldn't have gotten it because he already named the game. So that's 1 for Garrett.
Man, that sucks.
My next clue is going to be from the creators of Resogun.
Resogun.
Game number 2. A soothing game meant to arouse positive vibes and emotion.
Journey.
No.
Flower.
Flower.
Crap, man. I'm just throwing him fucking bones.
From the developer
But I
of
was
Journey.
already going to say that, though.
That wasn't one of the questions, but
Clues.
yeah, you know, I mess it up every time. 2 for Garrett. You give him the buzz?
Go.
All right. Salty number 3. A beloved franchise turned RPG.
Assassin's Creed.
No.
Super Mario.
No. Sometimes it's tough being the new kid on the block.
South Park. Stick of Truth.
Yes.
Why couldn't you just take South Park?
Because it's not just called South Park. There are quite a few South
you
Park
said
games.
a beloved franchise turned RPG.
Yes.
That's South Park, not South Park Stick of Truth.
It could have been Fractured Butthole. It could have been Sick of
Yeah, but
Truth.
he asked for the franchise.
No, that was a clue. That wasn't the name of the game. It's okay. Garrett, you got this one.
Thank you.
Yep.
You feel good getting that win?
Oh, yeah.
You really shouldn't.
It's not that I feel good that I got the answers. It's good that it was a team effort. You know,
There's no team.
you set it up for me, or the alley oop.
All right. So let's get into this. How are we looking on time? As long as no one takes forever in their discussion of the week, we can actually do a long email. So let me pull this up and we'll do a big one here.
Okay. I mean, what did you do this week? God of War, Infinity
We're not
War.
there yet.
No, I'm just saying. We're all going to say the same thing. God of
You
War.
don't know what I'm gonna say. Don't put words in my mouth.
Infinity War. Any other wars that you had this week?
God of Infinity, War of Stones.
Sounds like a bladder problem.
No, that's Stone of Wars.
All right. Here we go. Super long email. This is from Chandler, longtime listener and friend of the podcast.
What up, Chandler?
He says, Johnny, how do you, the comic guy, not know that the entire reason that Thanos is trying to destroy half the universe is because he's in love with the universal embodiment of death, but death is in love with Deadpool? Okay, so I knew the first part that he loves death, and like it's like his tribute to her to kill half the known universe. The Deadpool part I didn't know, and everyone's got gaps, Chandler. Everybody's got
We
gaps.
all got comic holes.
Yeah, but I didn't know the first part.
Waka.
Anyway, and then he says,
Wash.
He says,
Watch.
anyways, Call of Duty. For the first time in years, I might actually pick up this next game. I really enjoy Fortnite. However, the gun mechanics at times are really irksome, and I thrive in FPS games instead of over-the-shoulder games. So I'm kind of hyped to see if this game will scratch that itch. The big topic, however, is streaming games. I think it is hugely positive for the gaming industry. We discussed streaming in the last episode. Many times I've been in chat or on a Twitch stream when they are playing, let's say, Diablo 2, a game that has been out for decades, almost at this point, and the number of people in chat going, I can't find my disc, so I just bought this game for the third time on their site. Mass Effect, Dead Space, and many other games I've seen this happen with. In terms of newer games, the audience gets to see if the game is hot garbage, not something that they would enjoy mechanically.
It's a Johnny term, nice.
But they enjoy the story, or if it was a game they were initially interested in, but are after seeing it. For the first part, I say that's amazing. We work hard for our money and our time is invaluable. I don't want the movie trailer treatment where they pack all the good parts into the trailer and the movie is a train wreck, but instead of $13 at the movie theaters, I spent $60 for a hot garbage game that was well merchandised. When that happens, I as a consumer feel used by the company. Companies, because of streaming, can't get away with that as easily, and that is positive for the community. Second, games that are past their prime or have been out a while can see sales years later thanks to nostalgic viewers of the game on a stream or new players that never were old enough or just didn't have time when the game came out. I personally do not see limiting of streaming games at all. It monetarily benefits the game studios because I personally feel it's more likely to entice people to buy the game to play themselves, or people are watching for the story but never would have picked up the game anyway. People who have an interest in a game already are seldom likely to want to watch the whole game played and then never play it for themselves. They most likely are waiting for payday, and watching the stream will only get them more hype to buy it when they can. My 2 cents.
Dang, Chandler,
Great email.
Just jump on the episode again.
So I think a lot of that I can kind of agree with, because I can see the benefit for old games, and I do understand what he's saying for new games, where people who are going to want to play it aren't going to watch it and spoil it for themselves, thus not losing a sale potentially for the company. That first part I agree with. Like, I can see it being very big for old games, nostalgic games that have been out for a few months. For new games, I do think a little bit that it does possibly pull some people away from potentially buying the game. Because like you said, like, there's that mystery of if it's going to be good or not. And some game companies, they're fine with that. They have complete trust in just their game being good. Other companies, not so much. They don't want you to know what the game's like before you put it in your console or download it. So I can see that hurting, and I can see it helping. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I see both sides.
Well, in that second instance, the one where people don't like the game or possibly won't like the game, that's bad for the company, but good for the consumer.
Right.
So, to me, that's a win column for streaming.
Okay, fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
What is the last game that you could recall that was marketed very well, but was like a terrible game?
Watch Dogs.
Sea of Thieves.
Ooh.
Sea of Thieves is rough, man. Like, there's just not enough to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of people's opinions.
Watch Dogs, if it had come out, if they never introduced Watch Dogs like the 2 years before, I think it would have been great. Because that game got pushed back and reworked.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy with that game. Not even just its, being pushed back. It's a lot of people were really looking forward to more of just using your phone as the weapon, as hacking and everything. And then they introduced the gun. It's like, okay, well, now it's a shooter again. A lot of people wanted something different. They wanted what was first introduced to them. And we didn't see the gun until like 2-3 trailers later. So I think that kind of put a lot of dumps in it. And then the whole, resolution, or there was some graphical, mishap or something like that pissed off a lot of people. But they marketed the hell out of it. They put it everywhere. They had like some promotion where people, I think it was Ubisoft, had some, they spray painted, QRC codes or something like that. And they're like, oh, try to hack this or something like that. And that blew up in their face, but that ended up being a huge controversy in its own. That game swarmed with problems before it even hit shelves.
Yeah. Good job on stumping Johnny. No one ever really stumps Johnny.
Who stumped me?
Chandler. Or I guess me.
How did he stump me? He had an opinion that differed from mine.
We're talking about the
Deadpool thing.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He was like, I'm just going to look it up. I'm right.
Me?
No, Chandler.
Okay, now you're representing. I wasn't there for, but yeah, I had a gap in my comic knowledge.
Switching personas.
It's all good.
Yep. So thanks for your email, Chandler. Appreciate it as always. All right, let's get into the end of our show where we talk about things going on in our lives and give each other
superpowers.
Stupid superpowers that we have for 1 week and 1 week only, like a special show that's just in town for a week. That's kind of what this is like.
It's a temporary buff.
Yep. All right. So for myself, I am playing God of War. I'm enjoying it. For Magic the Gathering, the new set Dominaria came out, Dominaria, however you want to pronounce it, which is, in my opinion, one of the best sets to come out in a long time. It has, I think, over 38 or 39 legendary creatures, which opens up a lot of possibilities for Commander, which is the format that I play the most. And there are some really cool commanders, some really fun ones.
And that's good considering the last installment or the last expansion you weren't too fond of.
I wasn't. Rivals of Ixalan, and then just Ixalan in general, I just didn't care for its pirates and dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are cool.
They just didn't hit my fancy.
Pirates are cool too.
No, you might have enjoyed
Cooler
it.
thing would be a pirate dinosaur.
There's no pirate dinosaurs, but maybe you should look at some of the commanders then from those two sets. They did have some pretty strong. There's two dinosaurs in particular who are very strong.
That's cool.
But Dominaria is great. I'm enjoying it. I'm brewing a couple of decks and fine tuning them. Really enjoying playing them and getting the crap kicked out of me. Really sad I can't play at work. It does not work.
I was just gonna ask.
Pretty sure I crashed my computer actually trying to do it. No, just one time.
Oh, you told us that last week.
Other than that, I watched Avengers. I went to watch a play with my wife. Seussical the musical. Was really fun play.
Is that Dr. Seuss related?
Yes.
Is that the Seuss and Seussical?
Yes.
Ah.
Yep.
Cool.
It was pretty fun. It was put on by her school, Modern Day. It was a fun little thing. I had a couple of laughs that I really didn't think were going to happen. So that's my week.
Was the Cat in the Hat there?
Cat and Hat was there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very good actually.
Did they have one fish and two fish, and they were red and blue fish?
They did have fish, yes.
Lorax?
The Lorax was not present. No.
Okay.
Danny DeVito.
All right.
Well, just switch it around. I'll take it.
All right. So your power this week, Joshua.
Make it good.
See, last time I gave you good power and you shat all over.
I didn't chat on it. I just didn't think it was that great.
Well, whatever. So you have the power to always know from men or women if they think you're handsome or if you're ugly. You always
and
will
if they
know.
want you to come to stay at their house.
Now, you won't know. You won't know anything else. You won't know if they actually want you to come talk to them or how they feel. But you'll know just immediately this guy's ugly or he's not. You'll just know that all the time.
No in between, huh?
No, just
there's no
spectrum. It's just either they think I'm handsome or they think I'm ugly.
Okay, he knows their thoughts.
He knows their
Oh,
thoughts.
okay, I thought it was just he knows if the person is ugly or not. So you can do exactly what you do.
Two girls will walk by, you'll know that one thinks you're hot, one thinks you're ugly. Or two guys walk by, they both think you're hot. Like you'll just know at all times.
This is the same thing as last time, except I know my looks versus if they want me to go
That's
use
an
the
amazing
bathroom
power.
or wipe the feet on the floor.
I can give you Garrett level powers if you want to keep complaining next time.
You're right there.
That was a good. Garrett, can you please back me up?
The
I'm not arguing with
power that you've bestowed upon him this week, I think is a good power.
Yes.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just making fun of it. That's all.
Last week was questionable.
Now you say that?
Last week was a good power.
Oh man. Or the week before, whatever.
How was your week, Joshua?
My week was not that bad. So I'm playing myself some God of War as well. I haven't really watched a lot of the Street Fighter stuff. Falk came out last week.
Oh yeah, Falky.
Falky.
I don't give a Falk.
I guess a lot of people don't either. I haven't watched a whole lot, but it is what it is. I want to jump into a new show, but I don't know what show I want to jump into. I just want to watch
My Hero Academia.
I thought about it, but I was like, I'm 2 seasons behind. Maybe I should just do One Punch Man.
You can stream whatever. You can watch it anytime.
I know, but then I have to catch up.
There's not that many episodes.
There's like 28.
That's the great thing about streaming.
I know.
You can binge.
Give me my moment, please.
28
I'm trying to
episodes is
help
too
you.
much.
No, it's not. I just don't feel like watching
trying to help you,
crazy
sir.
catch-up series.
It's not crazy catch up. There's 28 episodes.
There's also mustard.
What?
Great ketchup. Stop. Crazy ketchup.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there,
Thank
but
you.
boo. So yep, God of War. I don't know. There's no run clock on it. So I think I'm 15 hours in, 18, 20. I don't know. It's pretty good. I can't discuss where I'm at because I don't know how far you guys are at. So there's that. I didn't mean to rhyme with all the Susie stuff. Garrett.
Yes.
You're going to get a superpower. Oh, I also saw Avengers, yeah, but you guys probably already knew that.
We'll discuss that.
Superpower, Garrett.
Stupor.
Okay, so if you want a superpower, I'll give you a superpower.
Let's keep it level.
So you have the ability where you can just take off your clothes without having to manually take off your clothes. You can just like stretch your arms and
Like Bruce Almighty?
Yep, like that, where your clothes can fly off. So I wanted to give you the bad stuff or the negative stuff first because, the easier thing to do is putting on your clothes without the stress of putting on the clothes. Because, sometimes it's hard to get into your pants. You got to put the belt on. You got to figure out where the loops are if you don't have time to go to the mirror.
Sometimes I have to do it one leg at a time.
And this includes socks and shoes. That's totally fine too. Flip the kicks off. So there you go.
All right. Thank you.
That's your superpower.
Thank you. So I've
Bruce Almighty
been playing God of War, and that's all I've been playing. I've not turned on my Xbox in about a week. I imagine that people that don't have me as friends on social media or on PlayStation probably think I'm dead. I've not even turned on Overwatch. Overwatch there's like 2 days left for the new event, and I should be playing so I can get my boxes. But I've not God of War.
All you've done on social media this week is post God of War memes and say how much you wish you were playing God of War at that moment.
And I even said this will be the last God of War meme that I will post.
And you lied.
And I lied.
Twice.
I posted another. It was a really good Disneyland one. Oh my God, that was funny. I love that one. So I'm in a big Norse mood. So yesterday I had to force myself away from from God of War because I also wanted to watch all 3 Thor movies. It's not, hardcore, Norse mythology, but there's some of it there. Very little in Ragnarok, but I enjoyed it. So, watched all the Thor movies and then saw Avengers and just playing a lot of God of War. I feel like I'm pretty far. There's a lot of cool stuff in that game. Enjoying it so much. I hate that there's no runtime. I would love to see how many hours I put into the game. But I don't know.
Have you gotten to the peak of the mountain yet?
I have gotten to the peak of the mountain.
Have you gotten to the peak of the mountain yet?
I have not.
Ah, damn.
So I'm playing the hell out of that game.
So you're probably where I'm at.
Possibly.
Because I've already hit the peak, so.
Okay.
I mean, it's part of the storyline.
I mean, that's like halfway, honestly. Maybe, actually. I don't know how long it is because I've not betten it. So
I heard there's post-game stuff.
I hope so.
Which kind of sets up some of the stuff you see in the game, but yep.
So I will be playing more God of War, and I'm sorry to my Xbox friends that I'm still alive. I'm still very much alive. I'm just killing a whole bunch of Dragar.
Right. Best game so far this year to launch or come out?
For me, yes. Yes, so far. I'm enjoying this more than any other game that's come out.
Yeah, definitely a Game of the Year contender.
All right. Moving on. So, Johnny.
Yep.
Your superpower. This was going to be for Joshua, but switched over to you. You have the ability, and this is actually not I had my power before you gave me yours, Joshua. Much like Mega Man, you have the ability to change the color of your outfit with left or right, L1 or R1. You have to you do have to carry around a PlayStation controller, but
bro,
you can put it in your pocket, man. Maybe you can use a move.
That's funny.
Maybe the media remote. You just need something that has L1, R1.
Dang.
Can you just go to the options and just like change the control scheme?
Can I just like download like an app on my phone that has L1 and R1 as like buttons?
If there's an app that allows you to use your phone to control the
if
PlayStation 4,
if there's smart glass for PlayStation,
yes.
All right, that's pretty cool.
You can change the color of
I
your
imagine
outfit.
though I wouldn't have to carry it on me more so like in the morning, so I could just like wear the same clothes from yesterday and just before I leave the house just do ding boom ding and now I'm wearing blue, not red.
Yeah, no one's any the wiser.
Except for the smell.
It doesn't change that.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you.
He's looking for your God of War meme.
I can't find it. Is it on here?
It's like a couple days old.
Yeah, I went back.
That Star Wars one was pretty funny.
That was really funny.
Are you looking specifically for the Disneyland one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite.
What day was that? Was it before like the Sonic one, Joker?
No, it's more recent. It's probably not on the Twitter one if you're looking on Twitter.
Okay. On Instagram.
Okay. Hold on. Here it is right here.
I don't think it's
Let
It's that funny.
I know. I didn't expect you to do it, but you don't like Disney,
I
so
thought it was funny.
I think Kratos with the Mickey Mouse ears. That does it for me.
You're not ready for Splash Mountain, boy.
The one that you have with Star Wars was great with Padme. If you have 7 chairs and 10 children, what do? Obi-Wan says, get 3 more chairs, and Anakin kill 3 kids.
2 very different answers.
This is very good. Very good.
But yeah, the God of War memes have been a buzz, as I'm sure now Avengers memes will be.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, guys. Well, that's our show, I believe, for this week. It was a good one. Had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did as well. Before we get out of here, as always, if you want to help the show, you can do so in one of several ways, or all of them. You choose. You can mix and match, whatever you want to do. Number 1, you can go ahead and leave us a review on iTunes, on Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you happen to be listening to this podcast. There is, I'm sure, a way to review it or give us some stars or do both, whatever. That really helps us out, guys. We would really appreciate it, and would love to hear your feedback on the show. Way to do it, number B. That was on purpose. You guys can tell friends, tell family, tell coworkers, tell your doctor, tell your neighbor, that weird dude walking on the street that has a lightsaber all the time at night.
Seriously, I've seen that guy.
Right?
The hell?
Yes.
What?
There's a guy in my neighborhood who he walks around at night in pitch black clothing, and he just has like a lightsaber. He twirls it around.
It's like 2 a.m.
Yes, right?
The fuck?
I have not seen this guy.
Yeah, and he we're not joking. This is a real guy. It's just late at night, and yeah, he just has a lightsaber. I mean,
I think he thinks he's patrolling.
I think so too. I'm not sure though.
Well, our neighborhood. Have you had any problems?
No.
Then you can thank him.
And whenever I see him, I wanted to plug it because he has a red lightsaber. I want to put a green one in my car and like just get out one day and like turn my stereo speaker on full blast with dual phase and like throw my lightsaber's plastic out and like walk up to him.
That would make his year.
See, but the problem is if he's a crazy person and murders me, I'll be that guy that a man was killed today. Like, I don't
by a red plastic lightsaber.
But yeah, that guy
shoved way up his. Yeah, but way up there, Morty.
Anyway, back to the point. If you know anyone, even weird people, tell them about the show if you think that they would enjoy it. Even people such as that guy. And then lastly, guys, you can go to patreon.com/Super Co-op Squad. On there, guys, you can become a patron of the show for whatever amount you'd like. $1 a month, $2, a one-time single donation. You can support the show monetarily. That helps us as well with equipment, with new things we're doing to make the podcast better, our website, partnering collaborations, and trade shows as well to cover those. So thank you for that. No matter what you guys do, thank you first and foremost for listening to the show and giving us your time. All right. Other than that, guys, if you want to chat with us, email us, contact@scspodcast.net, or on Twitter as a group at Super Co-op Squad. You can find us all personally as well. I am at JohnnyMac24.
I am at GJL3275.
And I'm going to be looking for that dude with the lightsaber at Joshua_4_life.
All right, guys. As always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Joshua.
I've only seen him once.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
So my mom called.
I don't care.
She just watched Avengers and she's very confused and would like me to explain why things happened.
That's really sad.
That's funny.
All right.
This has to go in like the bonus credits.
Don't say it. I'm not gonna put it if you ask for it.
You won't put it if I don't anyway.
I might. I will make that determination.
This is just a cue for you.
Moving
I don't need a cue. I've been doing this for like 90 episodes.
We have another episode, gentlemen.